A patient has the following ABG: pH 7.5, carbon dioxide, which is PaCO2, is 25, and sodium bicarbonate, also known as HCO3, is 24. What is the acid-base disorder present in this patient? Well, the easiest thing to do is just to memorize this chart. You just need to know the normal values, and then just find out whether if it's higher or lower than the normal values. So the up value means it's higher than the normal, and then the down arrows means it's lower than the normal values. So if you're using this chart here, you're gonna look at the pH 7.5, and that's higher than the normal, because the normal pH is 7.4. So if pH is greater than 7.4, in this case, because it's the pH is 7.5, then it's alkalosis. So I know it's one of these two, metabolic alkalosis or respiratory alkalosis. So next I'm going to look at the carbon dioxide. It's 25, and that's lower than the normal. So PaCO2, carbon dioxide normal, is between 35 and 45. And so this carbon dioxide is lower than normal. That means it is respiratory alkalosis. See, because there's down arrow here for alkalosis and respiratory. So that's why I know my answer is D. The sodium bicarb in this question tells you nothing, because this is normal. Because the normal is between 22 and 26 for sodium bicarbonate, HCO3. So this won't tell you anything. So that's why you have to look at the pH and the carbon dioxide for this particular question, since the sodium bicarb is normal. Obviously, other questions, sodium bicarb could be higher or lower. If you have difficulty memorizing this chart, you can always do what I do, which is after you find out whether it's acidosis or alkalosis based on the pH here. So do this first. And the next thing I'm going to do is look at both the carbon dioxide and the sodium bicarb. Well, I told you earlier this is normal, so this won't tell you anything. So you ignore this, since this is already normal. Carbon dioxide is 25. So whenever I see carbon dioxide, I think acidic, because you breathe out carbon dioxide. Well, this is your way of your body compensating, that's why. That's how I remember it's always acidic. Whereas HCO3, or sodium bicarbonate, is alkalosis. That's easy to remember because you take sodium bicarbonate tabs and that reduces stomach acid. That's also how I can tell when it's metabolic, which I'll tell you for a different type of question. But this question is only looking at the carbon dioxide because the sodium bicarb is normal. So since this carbon dioxide is 25 and the normal carbon dioxide is 35 to 45, so it's this carbon dioxide is lower than the normal, so that would mean that it's not acidic. P2 is less than the normal, so it's not acidic. Is alkalosis. So this agrees with that it's respiratory because it's lower than the normal. So that's how I know the answer is respiratory alkalosis. Because the carbon dioxide is, I consider acidic. So if this was higher than normal, then that would mean that it's respiratory acidosis. But since I already know it's alkalosis, I determine if it agrees with it or not. So in this case, it does agree because carbon dioxide is less than the normal. So since this is agreeing with the alkalosis, that's how I know it's respiratory, because carbon dioxide is respiratory. Right? Without saying sodium bicarb's metabolic, because it happens, I relate it to the stomach. That's how I know this is metabolic and this is respiratory. And so these two are agreeing, so that's how I know the answer is respiratory alkalosis. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments.